Hey y'all, I'm Shayna. I'm back with the Ready to Love Season 10 Philly finale. I'm just gonna say what I think, what I feel deep down in my spirit, what we all thinking. And that's that this could have been an email, okay? This could have been a text. This could have been, a Facebook Messenger group chat. But they really could have kept it. They could have added this on to the end of last week, if you ask me. But we here. We're gonna talk about it. I won't be before you long because I can only do the best with what I got. Okay, shout out to Mariah Carey. Listen, there was one little curveball at the end that kind of threw me for a loop, but not really because the signs was there. But you gonna want to watch to the end so we can get into it. I did a poll. If you haven't seen it, I did a poll on whether we should do live reviews for the Ready to Love. It's really season 11, but that's just a little pet peeve I have because they don't count that resort season, and I don't like that, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, I did a poll on should we do a live review or pre-recorded for this season. So if you haven't had a chance to partake in that poll, please feel free to do so. Right now, it's looking like a lot of people want live, so we can chat, discuss the fashions, talk about all the things. We're going to get into it. So, I'm thinking we're just going to go ahead and go live, be here or be square, because it looks like the reunion might give something. The reunion might give a little something. The finale is always lackluster with Ready to Love. I mean, I'm sorry. It is what it is. And this is my show. But it is what it is. Okay. Love and Mayor Tunnsville will be tomorrow, this upcoming Saturday. And then me and Miss Kara Speaks will be going live to discuss Beauty in Black. Now, I binge watched all 8 episodes, but we're going to do episodes 1 through 4. And then 5 through 8. We got to break it up a little bit because it's a lot of information and we don't want to overwhelm y'all. But that's enough of the church announcements. Child, you could tell I just was like, I'm just here so I don't get fined, honey. But okay, here we go. So the group gathers. Cam was saying that he's still on the fence. And I'm like, be very for real. Be very for real. You're still on the fence at this point? Then what are we even doing? And why are we doing it? No. You know what? Today is my decision day. I'm out. If I was Sahara and Cam, it would be my decision day. But they got to make it to the end so they can walk across the bridge in an anonymous park. So Taye and her Pookie was passionately kissing. I'm talking about slobbing down. Like, what was all that about? Like, okay, I mean, it's given that y'all, like to tussle in the sheets. But why we got to be in on it? Like, y'all couldn't keep that? Okay, you know what? Whatever. If he don't got no coins, the least he can do is put it down in the bed. Look, it's not after dark. Let me bring it back. So Tommy comes from out of nowhere and tells them that it's time for the gentlemen to meet the ladies' families. We could have skipped to the end right here. We ain't need to meet nobody else's family. We met enough people. I don't want to meet nobody else. Mama, daddy, cousin, brother, sister, friend from high school, co-worker, nothing. I don't care no more. Let's get to the decisions now. But we're going to go through it anyway. Then out of nowhere, Tommy loved to embarrass somebody and put them on the spot in front of a room full of people. He's done this several times. Why? I don't know. But for some reason, he wants to shout from the rooftops in front of everybody that he too was once broke and his wife had to foot the bill, carry the weight, carry the load, while he was trying to get himself together. But now, finally, it has happened for her. She don't got to go to work. Shout out to Mrs. Miles. That's great. It brought Cisco to tears. They were moved. They were like, yeah, that's a confirmation I need. Yes, Dad, we doing the right thing. Tay, girl, please run. But she gonna stay. My thing is this, and I'm gonna just say this. Because somebody got warn my sister. Clearly, she has not watched the previous seasons and don't know much about Mr. Miles. Tommy, Uncle, Nephew Miles. Tommy, you met your wife in college in 88. If she was holding it down back in 89, that's not quite the same as Cisco not having his life together right now at the big old age of 41. You see how that, because when you was like 19, 20 and you was trying to figure it out, or even maybe 25, 30, it's not the same as being in your 40s talking about, I don't got no transportation, but I want to give you a baby. No, no, get away from me, demon. And on top of that, this is it. This is the main point. It took Tommy 30 years to marry his wife, or something close. He didn't marry her quickly. He let it be like, oh, we've been together for such and such. And the year, if you've been watching every season like I have, the year changed every year. Because they've been together for 175 years, but they only been married for like 10. This is not the love story y'all want to look after, but y'all just think, oh, they married. He know what he talking about. Okay, but I mean, if you knew the background, touche. Now, Angie is introducing. Y'all had to give me another cup of water after I was cutting up last week. And everybody done got hip to these cut waters. And now I go get myself one after a long week of work. And there ain't no options. If I had to get the basic old lime margarita one, like, had to get some juice from out the fridge, just spice it up a little bit. But it's not about me. It's not. So Angie is supposed to be introducing her Hussein and Cam to her brother, sister-in-law, and sister. But Hussein got there early before the family got there. So that already let us know what we needed to know. He really could have done this back at the mixer. But anyway, he said he feels uneasy after Rose got eliminated, as if he wasn't behind the elimination and wasn't the reason she got eliminated. But I mean, I digress. It was clear in that moment he was going to self-eliminate, which he did. And Angie should have self-eliminated too. But I mean, I guess they had to make scenes and make fetch happen. So she didn't. But she should have. But they didn't. But I'm glad he got himself up out of there. This dragged on long enough. So Cisco is meeting Taye's aunt and cousin. Taye's family ain't playing with the question. Okay, it's coming out rapid fire. Boom, bow. Every which way. Straight out the gate. They're not asking the burner questions though. Do you have a home? Shelter? Transportation? A stable job? You know, just little stuff like that. They ain't asking that. But Cisco tells them that he's working. He comes out because he's like, y'all ain't asking. I'm going to just, cut to the chase. I don't got no stable job. But he said something like that. It was something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And he's working on his stability. The aunt and cousin was like, I like that. Good. Like they was acting like they was on Family Feud. Good answer. And I was like, are we hearing the same thing? Baby, couldn't have been my mama, okay? Could not have been my mama sitting up there because baby, no. But I low-key feel like Taye and Cisco did the grown up. And so that's why they getting so deep. But afterwards, Auntie said she liked him, but the cousin don't feel like they equals. Enough said. Well, Taye, listen, absolutely not. So ain't no point in saying nothing else. But you said what you had to say, cousin. At least if it don't work out, you gonna have it on your heart that you didn't say the real. And that's all that matters. So Angie's family arrives, and her brother immediately notices an extra drink. He's like, who else was here? And Angie informs them that Hussein self-eliminated. And the brother was like, okay, but then he left his drink. The waiter could have picked that up. They didn't have to make it all weird, but it's okay. So Cam comes. Her brother tells Cam that she gets bored easily. And I said, brother, do you want your sister to get picked or not? Because you're supposed to be painting her in the best light. Correct? Am I wrong? Did I get that wrong? Okay. So brother wonders if the whole busting the windows out the car. I'm going to go listen to that song because we've been talking about this for the last 45 weeks. And now, you know what? It's just on my heart to shout out to Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan, Philly's finest. Okay. What was I talking about? Okay. So he knows that caused some concern for Cam. It probably would have caused some concern for him as well. I think any man would be concerned if a woman said that. If it was the other way around, I know I would be. Get out of here. Crazy. But that's just me. That's just me. So, and I still see him with Sahara. Cam said that he likes Angie's family, but sir, do you like Angie? Is what really matters. All this my cousin and everybody else like her, and I like her family. I could see us playing spades together. Do you like her? The answer is no, in my opinion. So the brother peeps and Angie may be a little bit too spicy for Cam, and I agree, and that's why she should have self-eliminated a long time ago. Kiara is introducing Jay to her cousins. Not much to see here besides Jay came in calling her bae. And I'm like, just admit that y'all already a couple. But I guess they can't for some suspense or lack thereof. And my cousin advised Jay to stop being so flirtatious with women other than their cousin. Like he said, he's just a flirt. He can't help himself. Well, help yourself. Now's the time talking about that's bae and that's my woman and this and that. Well, then you might want to help yourself, sir. You also may want to help yourself to a little Korean skincare. Now, I was over there on Miss Misha _IMO channel. We was cutting up. Okay, shout out to the opinionated family. She smoothed out. You know what? Go over there and watch her last Ready to Love live. And you know, if you just want, it was funny all throughout. But if you just want to get to the good parts, where we really was cutting up, you know, just go straight to the middle and listen on through. I'm going to just leave it there. I ain't going to say nothing else about it. I like Jay though, and Kiara, but I am a little suspicious about that flirting that he got going on. Now the cousin was like, even when you sitting right now, it's like you flirting with me. Like I thought he was talking regular, but I mean I think y'all getting a little carried away. But okay. But I mean he said he a flirt. Stop being a flirt. What you think this is? So overall, they like him. Sahara introduces Cam to her sister. Now, Sahara and her sister look like they can be almost they could pass for twins. They look like act like they're the same mom and dad and everything. Okay. So Sahara is frustrated that Cam still hasn't made up his mind. She don't like all that, you know. She want to be number one. This should have been stated and been made clear by now. She ain't having it. She's making it known in front of that sister. The more she talk about it, the more triggered she get. And she said, you know what? I got the final say. Since you can't make up your mind, I got the final say. Tomorrow's my decision day. I felt like it was pretty clear what she was going to do when she said that, but okay. So we get to the decisions. Kiara and Jay chose each other, of course, but they cute. They cute though. Will they last? Let me know what y'all think. I think this could be a nice little Philly love story, but what y'all think? Okay, a little blended family of it all. We love to see it. Sahara's upset still because she feel like Cam, you know, he wasn't clear about choosing her earlier on. Like even that night before, he could have gave her some reassurance. Now, I do also see his point where he's like, this is the process that we signed up for. So you can't be mad at me for going through the process. But at some point, decisions have to be made. You don't wait till you get to the bridge and then be like, you know what? I'll choose you. No, you're supposed to make your number one feel like they're not your number one. A little earlier on, Cam, you waited a little too long playing these games. In the end, Cam chose Sahara and Sahara chose herself. And I said, I know that's right. You know, we always get somebody who want to choose himself at the bridge. And then two other couples. So that's just how it's just been trending for a while. Taye and Cam chose each other. Taye, why, sister? If you want to come here and tell us, like, just to get, you know, let us know, like, please, I'm here. Please. Why? Is it because is it the physical attraction? Because, I mean, I can see it, but, you know, I'm just saying. Y'all talking about marriage and babies. It just don't take that much to go get a car. It don't. But anyway, let's get into that reunion. Okay, the reunion looked like it's going to be interesting because Rose looked like she was going off. She took those twists out and she ready to let loose. So let me know what y'all are thinking. Join me back here for the reunion next week. If you enjoyed the season, let's talk about it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.